Hi, and welcome to Pillow Talk with Angela. I'm your host. And oh my gosh, I love these people so much. I do all kinds of things, especially since we're allowed to go back outside to play. And one of the things I did recently was co host the Soul Train cruise. And of course, I've got to bring Pillow Talk with me wherever I go. So we did something really fun. We played the dating game. And it just so happened that it ended up kind of the celebrity dating game. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. And we decided, you know what, let's just bring this on the show after the cruise. So we're going to talk all about relationships, maybe talk a little bit about the dating game. As I mentioned, I am the co-host. And so why don't I start with my co-host on the cruise? I know you're familiar with the Soul Train brand. Well, he keeps it going. He is the son of Don Cornelius. Please welcome producer extraordinaire, Tony Cornelius. Hey, Tony.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. You know what? Let's just keep this party going. So, as I mentioned, we played the dating game and it was just, all in fun. And just listening to you guys, the questions, Tony, that you came up with were hilarious and fun. And this lucky lady ended up being the woman that you chose for the as your
Yeah, it
bachelorette.
was very interesting. I was backstage with another voice. My voice got a little deeper.
It was funny. We're like,
Um,
Tony, you're going to have to disguise your voice because they're going to know it's you. Your alter ego just took over. Please welcome Pat McAllister. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Angela.
Hi,
Hi,
Pat.
Bachelorette.
Hi,
Guys.
Pat, had you ever done anything like that before?
Tony.
The
Never.
dating game? She was so sweet and so shy.
I was
Pat
scared.
had some answers after a while. She got real comfortable with those
She
answers.
did. And Tony, I mean, we're going to talk all about the dating game. Let's bring everybody else in. Another woman who was on this dating game, a friend of ours for a long time. You know her as one of the singers in the Mary Jane Girls, Val Young. Hey, Val.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. It's so good to see you, my love.
Good to
So
Val,
see
did you
you
have
as well.
did
How are
you have
you?
fun? Did you have
Val.
fun on the dating game? Was it fun for you?
I had a marvelous time. I want to keep it going all the time.
Okay, good. I
So
was
much
hoping you'd say
fun.
that.
We can do this.
Val,
Yes.
Val was kind of hard on him though. Val
Was she? Some
But
of
we're
her
keeping it real,
answers,
though.
she kept
I
it
loved
real.
it. Listen, Val had no cut cards, as they say. She was being you were asking these provocative questions thinking that you're going to stump somebody. Val was right there with you. She's like, oh, really?
I'm from Rick James. What do you
Thank
expect?
you. Oh my gosh, we loved every minute of it. And listen, it wasn't only Tony as the bachelor asking questions to the bachelorette. We also flipped it and had our girl singer Sherelle as the bachelorette asking a group of guys questions. Sherelle, unfortunately, we just talked to her just a few minutes ago and she has come down with a terrible cold. And, in an artist's world, you can't stop. So she still has to go on the road. So we all just suggested, honey, just take care of yourself. But she apologizes that she can't be with us here today. But she sends her love and she sends her date. This is who she chose. Come on, Sway Stewart.
Yes.
Here I am.
Oh
Hello,
my
everybody. Hello, Angela.
Oh
Thank you
my,
for having me here.
hello. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. All right. I brought you on last but not least. Tell everybody about you and, what you did on the Soul Train cruise and just a little bit about you as a person, whatever you want to share.
Oh, goodness. Well, first and foremost, I guess I should share that Miss Sherelle did not get her cold from me. Uh,
That is a
so with
good thing
that out of
to put out there.
I had to clear that up. No rumors
Okay.
are getting started today. I'm Swang Stewart, and for the last 5 years, I have had the honor and the privilege of fronting, playing lead organ and lead vocals, singing lead vocals with the legendary Family Stone. As you can see, there they are,
Killing it.
right behind me. And that's we were on the Soul Train cruise for I guess I should say, the second year in a row, although last year, because of COVID, we weren't able to sail. But we've been doing that cruise for the last, I guess, 3 years now, and counting. Hopefully, we'll be back. And this is sort of like a family reunion of sorts for me because
Yeah.
here's my extended family, Ms. Young and Pat and Tony and Angela. So here we all are
Nice.
again.
Really
I,
happy
I
that you
just have
can
to say
be
the
with us.
Family Stone was fantastic on the Soul Train cruise. I mean,
Very
They
good.
really were.
I,
They really were. They killed it. And they
proud
always do.
of them, you know.
Yeah, I've had the great fortune of hearing them, many times, and they always kill it. So Tony, since you chimed in, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, what I mean, how deep do you want to go, Angela? How much time
Deep
you
as you want to go. Deep as you want to go,
Deep
baby.
as
This
you
is
can
pillow
go.
talk.
Deep as you
Yeah.
want to go.
To be honest,
Since
I'm
you
really
wanna
happy to be
share.
on this call with everybody. I mean, Val was my sweetheart. Angela, I loved hosting with you. Pat, we just met, even though I selected her in the dating game. She said all the right things, okay?
Oh,
And,
wow.
and Twang is a excellent musician and vocalist, and he's just out of sight with Family Stone. But other than that, I'm just continuing with projects, coming up with ideas, hosting the Soul Train cruise, and then at the same time working with the Don Cornelius Foundation on suicide prevention and mental health. And just trying to get through everything that we've been through, which was the pandemic. So
Love it.
I think we're back in full step, and I'm looking forward to an exciting year.
I love it. All right. And one thing he did not, I mean, I don't know why Tony is being all humble right now, but American Soul, the producer of that amazing series that I was so hooked on. So that is just in the long
So
list.
nice.
Well,
Very
I'm still a
nice.
little upset with Nielsen because they claim that our numbers weren't there, but
You know how that
we
goes.
got to work harder and do some things to make sure that our people get to see exactly what they want to see as opposed to
Good.
something else. So we're
And
working hard to try to keep this thing going, but unfortunately, it went 2 years. I was hoping for a third year, but with luck has it, we didn't make it. So we'll see what happens.
yeah, you never know. It ain't over till the fat lady sings or something like that. However that saying
I
goes.
agree.
And we don't want to leave out the people who are taking the time to comment and watch us today. So thank you all for commenting. All right, last but not least, Tony said he loves you and that you're his sweetheart. Well, you're my sweetheart too. Val Young, hi, honey.
Yeah.
Mary Jane, girl. So tell
Hi.
everybody a little bit about yourself, Val.
Well, I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, and I came from Detroit to LA, and LA to Buffalo, and I lived in Memphis because I work with the Barcades as well. And I've been blessed. And I thank the Lord Almighty that working with George Clinton, Rick James, Bobby Brown, Tina Marie, Eddie Murphy, the Gap Band, Charlie Wilson.
Everybody. Everybody. Uh-oh.
Everybody
Okay,
that I've
you're
worked with. Wait a minute,
okay,
what
you're back.
happened?
You're back.
Wait a
You're
minute.
back. You're back.
I'm back?
You're back. Yeah, don't touch anything. You're
Because I
good.
can't see you. That's okay.
Oh,
Something happened to the phone. I can't see you.
oh, don't touch anything though, because it's gonna go out.
I haven't touched anything.
Oh, sorry you can't see
I
us
just
though, but I'm so
You
happy
look
But that's
great.
you're
okay.
here,
You can hear me,
Val.
right?
Yeah, we can see
See
you
you,
too.
Val.
And
And
as Swang said, you look
okay.
great. So
And
I'm
of
happy
course,
that I'm sorry, go on.
I was getting ready to mention I would never leave him out. I work with Tupac. I wrote To Live and Die in LA.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm singing that, and with Snoop and the guys, all the rappers and hip hoppers. So, I've been blessed to do that. So I'm just thanking the Lord of what we've been through, what we're coming out of, and just glad to be back to work and be around
Yeah.
everybody again.
Amen. Amen to that. So I wanted to invite everybody to join us on Pillow Talk so that we can talk about a topic. Situationships.
Mhm.
We all travel a lot and we've seen a lot of things, especially on the cruise, if you're paying any attention. I know I've seen some things. I haven't said anything, but I've seen some things. And, and I just always wonder, why aren't people honest? Like one case in particular. There was a friend of mine, usually when I come on the cruise, I'll bring one of my girlfriends, right?
Mhm.
And one of my girlfriends, I'm not going to say any names, but one of my girlfriends was on the cruise and she starts seeing, I guess it was a booze crew, but she was all excited thinking, oh, this might be the one, because he was super cute. He was super nice. He was really attentive and just seemed to be really into her.
Oh.
But I was thinking, wait a minute, I think he's married. Not only was homeboy married, wifey was on the cruise in the cabin. And so,
wow.
for him,
Oh, wow.
he's just dating her. They'd always, in the evening, they'd only have their dates in the evening.
Oh,
They'd go up on the upper deck or just, someplace. So he would
Oh,
creep out as soon
wow.
as the wife would go to sleep. He'd have his date.
oh my God.
That's just one case of many. And I'm just saying, it just
Oh.
kind of led me to the question, if you just want a situation of Miss Right Now or just a booze crew, a cruise boo or vacation
cruise
boo or Miss Right Now or Mr. Right Now,
So
why do you
Angela,
think it's so hard?
guys, Angela is setting us up
Oh.
so we can tell all our business.
Right.
Don't let us fool you. Just pillow talk.
Pillow talk. Oh, wait a minute. So Bill says, why are you assuming that the wife was asleep? Well, she was in the cabin.
Yeah, that's because she was, Bill. She was asleep.
Yeah. What are you
and I
thinking,
know.
Bill? Yeah. What do you think? That she was just, I don't know. I don't understand the question, Bill. But while Bill is, going to respond to us, what do you think about the question? Just the honesty.
Well,
Why
listen,
is it so hard?
let me pipe in and say something really interesting happened last cruise that we were on, where you get messages on your phone in your room. Well, when I saw a message on my phone, I picked up the message, and a guy says, she doesn't know that I have the ticket, so just make sure that we talk before we leave the cruise.
What?
The point is, some guy had his girlfriend on the cruise, and the wife didn't know about it. So the point is that these things are happening all the time.
All the
And it's
time.
not just men; it's women as well. So
exactly.
It's all the time.
It happens. I wanted to call the guy and say, "Hey, man, you left a message on my phone. Be careful."
Right.
I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was, so I just let it go. But that's his problem. But things like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Can I
Yeah.
say this? And honestly, and being truthful, everything shine isn't gold, and we don't know what's going on. They can still be married at home. You can be at home and not be happy. Some people, because I know some friends say, well, I'm just going to go on and stay here. We've been here together so long. It's security, and knowing that they're not happy. And I think that's wrong. I don't want a man to be with me if you're not happy just because we're married or together. If you're not happy, I want to smile and you smile as well. So if we're not smiling, then I think personally, just for me speaking, let's come to a decision. Let's do what we have to do. I want to be happy. I want you to be happy. So if it's not working out that way for us, let's still try to be friends and cordial. And if we have children, let's, work it out. He may not be happy. She may not be doing the right thing. The fire might not be burning anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Bill
Then
is
how
thinking.
about that?
Bill is like, she may have been waiting for them to return.
Oh my God. Bill on
Oh.
something else totally different.
Just the three of
All
us.
three. Menage a trois, oui la
What
la.
y'all doing?
Some people
What
are
y'all
into
doing
that.
today?
Uh-oh.
Some
Menage
people
a trois.
Look,
menage it. You
menage
never
is
know.
some people, not knocking it, to each his own. Some people aren't, swingers,
listen.
as should we call it.
I agree. I mean, there you go. I mean, listen, since we're talking, people make assumptions, and I guess people who are into it personally, I'm not, but some of my friends
I'm not
are.
neither.
And
If I'm not enough for you, too bad.
well, some people just that's how they spice things up. And again, no judgment. And
Exactly.
but it's interesting. I mean, I was on a working trip and there was an artist who I mean, a lot of things just happen. This artist was there with his wife and said, "Oh, my wife really likes you." I go, "Oh, that's nice. She's so sweet. I like her too." He's like, "Yeah, well, you should, you should come see us." I'm like, "No, I'm not coming." I mean, have you guys ever? I mean, you don't have to go public if you don't want. I mean, have you ever been propositioned to do, like
Yes.
3 or 4 or more? Okay,
3
what
or 4
happened?
You guys are
Or
so
2
funny.
or Toya.
That happened to me.
What happened?
Oh my God, that's the thing to happen to you. You're like shocked. I got a phone call once, and I knew this guy, a great producer. And I thought I was getting a phone call to say, "Oh, we're gonna write a song together. You're gonna write me
Right.
hit record. Let's get it going on." But the conversation switched to something else. They told me, "Well, Val, my husband been looking at you a long time, and my husband discussed you all the time with me." And I said, "What, discussing my music, my career?" "No, my husband like you." I said, "Like me?" And she was perfectly said, "It's all right." And I was like,
Wow.
"Play that." I wish anyone would approach me, or mine would say.
Mm-hmm.
Never. But I don't get it.
The volume is going
to each his
in and out.
own, but not me. But you never know what's going on in people's situations. Just because you see them walking together hand in hand and smiling doesn't mean that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else want to chime in?
I've never had an invitation for a threesome, but I've had a woman make a pass at me, and I was extremely uncomfortable because I considered her a friend. This was many, many, many years ago. And she asked me this question, and because we were modeling at the time, and I said, "Excuse me," and she asked me this question: "Had I ever? Would I like to know what it feels like to have this?" And I'm like, "No," I said, "and I can't believe you said that to me." And she's like,
What did she say? What did she say?
I can't tell you what she said, but
come on, why not? We're grown.
Well, she started saying, we had just finished the show, and she started saying, "You are so pretty, Pat," and da 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 da. And I was like, "Oh, thank you. You too." I was like, "You, Angela." "Oh, you too." And she was like, "You have these exotic eyes."
Oh, she went on and on.
And she was like, she said,
"Oh,
she said, "Do you know have you ever felt what it was like to have a woman go down on you?" I said, "What did you just say?"
Oh, wow.
She said, "Have you ever?" She repeated it, and I said, "No." And she said, I said, "And I can't believe you asked that." And she saw I was offended, and she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I just thought, well, I hope this doesn't change our friendship." Needless to say, I fed her with a long handle spoon.
That's
Because I was no longer comfortable around her, because all this time, you're looking at me and this is what you're thinking. And then to ask that, yeah.
Well, I guess she just wanted to put it out there just in case.
She put it out there.
Oh my gosh, the guys are all quiet. They're like, oh, I don't know.
They're real quiet.
Yeah.
See what you started, Angela. See what
I
you
Yes.
started.
know. I'm proud. Well, you know
What?
what?
What
Let's
is
go back to
pillow
the
talk?
it's pillows. Let's go back to the original thing. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with somebody putting it out there, regardless of what your orientation is. I respect her for at least saying something versus, you know what I mean? Like making a move and just being aggressive and you not
Mhm.
being, with it.
Mhm.
That, she kind of asked, which kind of, I mean, if it's a guy or a woman or whatever the case is, I mean, it's good to kind of speak up,
Mhm.
right?
Well,
Nothing.
Swain hasn't
Oh,
had
you're
a chance
right.
to say anything, so I'm looking forward to hearing him.
Yes, Swing. Come on, Swing.
I'm
Weigh in.
I'm learning a lot from these ladies here, Angela.
So, Swing, I would like to ask you this question then, and I do want everybody to weigh in. The original question: why
The
do you think it
honesty thing.
is the honesty thing? I mean, do you think that maybe people fear if they tell the truth of what they're really interested in, that the person won't buy into it and they won't get what they want,
Certainly,
or
certainly.
what?
There's a fear of rejection element. There's a fear of, vulnerability. You're sort of exposing an intimate part of yourself. Everyone has thoughts and desires and um, needs, requirements, whatever label
Yeah,
you want to put on it. And these will vary person to person. And, depending on how we're raised and socialized, others may take some kind of offense to being propositioned in a certain way. It's hard to imagine in 2021 with everything we're
22.
exposed to. 2022, my goodness.
Yeah.
Everything that we're exposed to these days, it's hard to imagine being offended by anything, but you never
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's
Well, I just mean,
Listen, I thought I was talking to the Family Stone. I'm talking to Dr. Stewart, okay?
I only this is the only freebie you get.
Didn't he sound like a psychologist or a doctor? But hey, man, I love what you
I love
just
the
said.
way he
Because
talks.
it's true. It's so true. Because, when you meet people, you want to try to give the best impression that you can, and they're doing the same thing, but you find out later on that we're all human, and there's some things that you don't want to tell, and there's some things that you do want to talk about,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's very interesting, but it's funny these days. A lot of people are meeting online. It's not like
yeah,
Yeah.
meeting at the grocery store and meeting at a party. The thing to do now is online, for those that participate, and I
Getting
think you
that.
find out a lot about people online because they have to write who they are. They have to write about who they are. And then I assume you're reading the information because I don't date online, guys. I just want to tell you that right now. Okay.
yeah,
Neither
But
do
but
I. I don't.
but I
No,
know a
neither
lot
do
about it.
I.
I know
we
about
only use
I
the
have
dating
friends.
game, only the
Listen,
dating game.
Only the dating game, Angela.
I have friends that date online, male
Yeah,
and female,
Mhm.
and so if I write something, like say if I were dating online, I write about myself.
Mhm.
The person can determine whether I'm telling the truth or not, as opposed to meeting someone at a party or meeting someone at the grocery store.
or
Now you have to figure out exactly who they are, So
mm,
it's really
I agree.
interesting these
yeah,
days on how
yeah.
dating and relationships work.
What do you think of the
I
scenario?
agree.
And then tell me, do you think it's a Mars versus Venus thing? Um, let's say there's a woman meets a guy, and she's like, he gives her some attention, and they, get something going on. He
Mhm.
really is just kind of hanging out. He doesn't want to ever get married. He just wants companionship, and just see where it goes and then, maybe move on. Women sometimes they'll look at the chemistry and look at how he's treating her and think, oh my God, this is the one.
Mhm.
And, kind of just buy into it. But he doesn't want anything long term, really. He just wants the companionship. What do you think should happen to, maybe clear it up so that at least she knows not to really open up quite that much and give her the option of if she just wants something temporary or not? Why is it, do you think, that guys or women who are interested in something just short term or just for a little bit of companionship are reluctant to say it?
No one's speaking up right away.
Go ahead, Swang. Come on, doctor.
Come on, Stuart.
Okay. Well, I have to confess that I've been on the opposite side of that question. I've found myself in situations in which I was the one looking for something a little more long term, and the prospective partner, I guess, was not. What I discovered, this was a long time ago now. So, and again, this is in the strictest of confidence, being that we're online and thousands of people.
We won't tell anybody.
Sure. She was engaged. She was much older than me, and I don't know to this day whether or not her fiance was aware that she was looking to have some play dates, I guess we'll call them. But I certainly wasn't aware of it. And when I found out, of course, being very young, I was devastated, brokenhearted. I wanted this woman on my arm for life at 19 years old, which was a whole other thing.
Oh, wow.
Could understand that. Could understand it.
You know, but I guess maybe, you know, we're talking of honesty here. And I think men and women being socialized a little differently from one another, traditionally speaking, have often not been rewarded for their honesty.
Yeah.
They've been sort of punished for it, if you get what I mean. You know, if we finally come clean and tell the truth, very often the reaction that we get, whether we're male or female, will scare us into dishonesty going forward from there. I told the truth about what I wanted last time, and I got cracked across the back for it. So going forward, I'm just going to call the plays as I see them.
And you said something really interesting. That was when you were really young. You were 19, and that kind of shapes us in many ways. Because what you might learn is that once you're older, you know, you don't feel like lying. You don't feel like being, you know, who you think you need to be to get the person. You're like, look, this is what it is. If you know, if you're good with it, that's okay. If you're not, you know what, that's okay too. Because there is somebody, there is somebody out here, right?
Right.
And but you know, you're right.
Totally
I mean, the
agree.
early, things that happen to us early, especially scars like that, they run deep.
And
I
And Brett,
I'm sorry. I think sometimes men are honest, but the woman just don't want to hear it. I mean, they don't receive it, I'll say.
how about
because
that?
they're focused
I
on what
agree.
they want. So he can say, hey, you know, I'm just hanging out. I don't want to. But in her mind, she's going to get him to be her man. So
That's right. That is very true. That happens a lot.
yeah, so you can't fault the man in that situation because he told you up front what he was looking for, but you didn't want to, you know, you didn't want to hear it.
Miss Pat. Oh, Miss Pat.
Well, see, that's why I picked that. You asked the question, Angela. I think about I don't know what you asked. I asked something about what would you do if I did something or whatever. And Pat was like, well, I would just, you know, go with it. I would say, you know, whatever it is. Men like women who hang, who can
roll with it.
And not take it so serious.
Oh, I think you asked what would I do to turn you on? And I said, I first would have to find out what turns you on, and then I would accommodate.
There you go.
Was that the question?
He's like, there you go. Bingo.
Even if it's not true. Even if it's not true,
right?
Men like to hear things like that, you know.
It better be true. It should be true.
It should be true. It should be true. The flexibility. All right. So Brett, hey Brett. Brett writes, the reason he's not going to be honest is because y'all want to hit it first.
I I think Mr. Brett needs to buy himself
Oh,
a ticket to the
Brett.
Soul Train cruise next year.
Well,
Come on, Brett.
listen, there are some guys that do want to hit.
Yes, it's honest.
And there's some guys that just want to take it easy, and then some guys
Right.
that want to get to know you,
Yeah,
and
would
then
you
there's some. I
believe
mean, there's all kinds of
women think the
situations.
same way.
Right.
Certain women, we think the same way as women.
Yeah.
Some of us women may see something that they like just shopping, not buying anything, but you may want to get it as well.
Yeah.
It works
Miss
both
Val,
ways.
where were you when I
Vice
needed you?
versa. You didn't call me,
Swing.
darling. You just didn't call me. You like a little brother, so we can't
Oh,
do none of that. Cause I'm a bad girl. You know, I'm a bad girl. I like
See, now-
things my way.
Oh, listen to Val.
My way.
I like
I don't
it.
mind
Val
being
started
here.
now.
Pillow talk, baby.
I
Pillow
like it my
talk.
way. Yes, this is real pillow talk, you guys. I like
Oh
things
my gosh.
my way. I'm set in my ways. My grandmother told me it's two men up on the hill. If one wants, the other one will.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
How about that?
Remember
I
that-
mean, and that is kind of that's what it is. I mean, when I mentioned earlier that at this point in our lives, you know, I mean, you figure out what you want in your life, and hopefully you can just be honest. You know, I mean, I know to a large degree, we speak different languages, men and women. Like, you know, we could be saying the same things, or hear the same things, but we hear it differently. You know, so the
Right.
creativity comes in really trying to understand each other. Now, there's a strange little noise that's happening, but we're just about done anyway.
What is
so,
that little noise?
yeah, you hear it? Oh, now it stopped. Okay, good. All we had to. Oh no,
Now
it didn't
stop.
stop.
Let's
No,
come back
it's
again.
back. It's back, but that's okay. But listen, so I want to thank you all for joining us for Pillow Talk. So this is it's gonna air on Sunday night on Pillow Talk with Angela on WHUR and Sirius XM. And but before we go, just one by one, if you want to shout out your social media, let's see. Who should I start with? How about you, Val? Just let everybody know what you've got going on, anything you want to promote, and then how people can follow you on social media. Okay, go for it.
Okay, well, you can reach me on Val Lady V Young on Instagram. I'm Val Young on Facebook, on Twitter, Snapchat. I'm Val Young. And we've got coming out the 80s ladies. It's going to be mixed up with all of us 80s ladies. We're coming. This summer, we're coming. The Mary Jane Girls and Us. We're doing shows. We're touring. I'm writing my book. My book is going to be very interesting. So reach out to me. You can always get me, Val Young. It's not
So it's
hard to
Val
find
Young.
me.
Val Young everywhere.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
I love that. All right. Let's see. How about you, Pat?
You can follow me.
Oh, wait a minute. Put the right name up there. There you go.
I'm Pat McAllister on Facebook. I'm Pat McAllister on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter as much as I used to be, so I don't know if my account on Twitter is still open. I was Tuesday on Twitter, but yeah. So that's how you can follow me: Facebook and Instagram, Pat McAllister, and Pat is with 2 T's. Mm-hmm.
Yep, just like it's displayed right there.
Yes.
All right, Swing. What you got going on, and how can people follow you?
The Family Stone Band is back, playing all the classic hits of Slime.
Sway.
The Family Stone going back 50 years.
Wait, something is sounding
And we are all
very
set.
weird. Okay, wait. Does it sound weird to you guys, or is it just me?
Yeah, it sounds.
Okay, Swaying, say something.
Yeah,
Say
I
it
hear that
again.
little noise.
Try it again.
Hello, Swank Studio.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Do me a favor, just sign out and sign right back in, because it's a sound thing. Okay. I don't know how else to do it. Okay, so we're gonna have Swing come back in. In the meantime, Tony Cornelius, tell everybody what you've got going on.
Tony.
Tony, and how
Here we
people can
go.
follow you.
Tony.
Well, you can find me on on Facebook at Tony Cornelius. You can find me on Instagram, Mr. Tony Cornelius. You can find me on Twitter. You can find the Don Cornelius Foundation on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm easy to find. Okay, so hey, I'm here. I'm here.
I love it. I love it. I mean, so okay, so Swing is back. I was going to ask you guys another invasive question. I won't. You've been spared. Swang is back. Let's see if we can hear you.
Here's Sway.
Swang.
I'm sorry, I'm having some technical problems here.
You're having some
You're
technical
having technical
problems.
problems.
Oh, try giving out your social media though. Social media? All right. Well, just Google Swing Stewart, and hopefully you can connect with him there. Thank you guys so much. This has been so much fun. I mean,
Thank you.
you
So
know,
much fun.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Angela.
this is so amazing. And, Val, I think you might have started something. You said that you want to do more of the dating games online. So be expecting a call from your
Let's do
girl. And I'm going to, figure it out. And
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll get people who are watching in on it. We'll promote it in advance and open it up to the world.
It was fun. It was
Open
so
it up.
much fun.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Love you too. Thank you,
I love
Angela.
the pillow
Everybody have a
talk.
Bye,
blessed day.
Tony. Bye, Sway. Bye, Val. Talk to you later.
Bye, Angela. Bye, Sway. Bye, Pat.
Bye.
Bless.
Okay.